Right, so I have engaged the autopilot. I have speed mode on, LNAV on, altitude I've set at 16,000 feet, but we're going to take that up. Going to take that up to 20,000 feet, and we're going to actually go up to 29,000 feet. We'll take the head up slowly to that altitude. Vertical speed 1,800. So we're all configured, and we're heading towards Brisbane. Looking good. So what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about whether you should buy the 737-800. Now, the only reason I bought this 737-800 is because of the virtual airline. It can go longer distance, and it can carry more people, more passengers than the 737-700. So that's the reason I bought it. Now, if I wasn't playing around with the virtual airline, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have just quite happily flown the 737-700 or the 600, because there's no difference in excitement. There's no extra value for gameplay or immersion. There's nothing about buying the 737-800 that's going to give you more enjoyment or more fun. It is basically the same to fly as far as gameplay and the way the cockpit is and the study level and things to do. So no, it's not really worth paying out that extra money. However, if you are operating a virtual airline like myself, and I'm thinking about the passengers and the economy, then the 800 is a good purchase for me, for my airline. So that's it basically. Think about that. Do as you want. Do as you want, of course. But if I wasn't running my virtual airline, I wouldn't have spent the money on the 800. That's the basics of it. Because I love the 700. And like I said, there's no extra fun or gameplay or value in the 800. Unless you're running an airline, a virtual airline, and you need more passengers, and it's better for the economy in that respect. Okay, so there we go. I wouldn't buy the 600. It's just a little bit small for my airline. I've got the CRJ, I've got other regional planes. I do not need the 600. 700 is good for the medium to short range, and the 800 is good for the medium to long range, basically. So that's my opinion, guys. Now let's enjoy some nice views on the outside, shall we? Right, let's hit V and have a look at where we are on our flight plan. And yes, we're heading over the ditch. We're heading over the ditch to Brisbane. And I'm looking forward to meeting up with Doug at Brisbane. We're going to share some nice coffee and some cream buns, I hope. Maybe tonight we'll go to a nice Chinese restaurant and enjoy some noodles. Yeah, some nice Chinese food would be good. Must have some nice places in Brisbane. If you're over that way, let me know in the comments. What's your favourite restaurant in Brisbane? Where are we going to go and eat tonight? Quite a long haul. I've got a few other things to do, so I'm going to leave it on autopilot. I'm leaving this in real time today. I'm not doing time compression. So I've got a few things to do. I'm going to let my co-pilot take control and watch the autopilot and take care of things. And I'm going to do a few things, and then I'll come back to the computer a little bit later on.
Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We're level at our cruise altitude, so I'm going to turn off the seatbelt sign at this time. So you're free to move about as necessary. However, when seated, we would like you to keep your seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. We just checked the weather and expect smooth sailing for most of the flight. So for the most part, we're going to stay quiet and let you enjoy the entertainment and service, and we'll be talking with you later on the flight.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seats so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Hi guys, well, we are cruising at around about 29,000 feet here now. 29,000 feet, we are cruising, and we're all settling down to a nice meal, a glass of wine or some coffee. Things are going really, really well. So that is good. The plane is looking beautiful. I don't think we're halfway yet, so we've still got quite a long way to go. I've just had my lunch. I've come back to the computer just to check on everything. And the co-pilot is now eating his lunch. He's got a nice meal, some nice coffee. He's looking pretty happy as he scoffs into that. And then I've got to go out to the workshop, do a little bit more work, and I'll leave it to the co-pilot again. And I'll come back in an hour or two and check and see how we're going.
From the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're going to be landing in about 20 minutes, so I'd appreciate it if you would return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our approach, we ask that you please check. Make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened, low and tight across your lap. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright lock position. If you've had occasion to use your carry-on items, please make sure that they are safely stored underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead enclosed bin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are parked at the gate.
Okay, so we are descending down now. We are coming down to 5,000 feet, 300. I'll make that 5,000 feet. Descending at 1,500 feet per minute. As we begin our descent into Brisbane, Australia. Right, we're starting our left-hand turn to come round to our final approach. Our speed is down. Gear down and locked. Flaps are down. We've got another 2 little turns to the left, and then we will be on finals. As soon as I get onto finals and around a little way, I will turn off the autopilot. And we will do a manual approach and landing for the first time in the 737-800. It should be pretty exciting. Okay, here we come, round to the left. I can almost smell the coffee. Not to mention those cream buns, Doug. Right, let's bring our flaps down a bit more. Bring our speed down. Bring our speed down to 155, 157. As I said, it's the first time I've landed this beast, so I think we need to have our speed up a bit higher than the 737-700. I'm aiming for around 150 knots as I land, so we shall see how that goes. Got a little bit of a turn to do to the left, as you can see on our flight plan, then we'll be straight in. Beautiful day here in Brisbane, as it always is. Been to Brisbane so many times. I love it. I really enjoy Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Never been there? It's worth a trip, guys. Okay, we're down to 157, 158 knots, 1,900 feet. We're coming in low and slow. Can't quite see the airport yet. Should be directly ahead of us now, or thereabouts. Yep. According to our plan, the runway should be directly ahead of us. This is the Brisbane coastline. First time we've seen it in Flight Simulator. Beautiful. Check our speed. Our speed 157. I think we can come down a little bit more. Bring it down to 150 knots. Don't worry too much if this landing is a little bit rough, guys. A little bit hairy, okay? I'm not a real pilot. I'm not a big time YouTuber or an expert, okay? I'm just having fun here, the same as you. Learning as I go. But I will do my best to do a good landing. We'll come in around 150 knots. We'll come down a little bit slower, I think, as we get close. Must be just about time to turn the autopilot off. Still haven't got a visual on the runway yet. I think that is it, straight up ahead there. That looks like it there. We're at 150 knots. Our nose is pitching up quite a bit. I've just put the flaps down another notch. There's our runway. So I think I will turn off the autopilot. Turn off that annoying beeping sound. Now we're manually flying the plane. Okay, manually flying the plane now. Keep a real close eye on my speed. I need to. Right, I got a visual on the runway, a good visual. It's a nice clear day. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Auto brakes, I need to put on auto brakes 3, 4, since I haven't landed here before. So I've got the auto brakes on now. Beautiful sight, the Brisbane airport there and coastline, looks amazing. Okay, so I'm going to pause it there and turn on the replay mode. So we can analyze and replay our landing. Watching my speed, I'm at about 140 knots, 147 knots. A bit faster than what I would come in on the 700. Very conscious of not going too slow and losing my speed. I think I'm a bit high here. I need to come down.
4, sink rate. Sink rate. 200. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, that's it. We have landed and we're going to taxi to the gate. Not sure about that landing, to be honest. I need to look at the replay, just do a bit of a review of how that actually went. I thought I'd put the speed brakes down, however. Let's see how our touchdown was. Whoa.
Flight attendants, please prepare for arrival.
Well, we overshot the mark there a little bit, but never mind. Here we are in Brisbane, and it was a very successful flight. I'm very happy with that flight for my very first time. My landing was a little bit hard, I've got to say. My speed brake should not have been on, so that was a big mistake on my part. Don't know what happened there. But the landing was okay for my first time in the 737-800. Few things to learn, a little bit more practice is required, but here we are. Our first flight to Brisbane from Auckland was successful, and the hub is now officially open. Thank you to Doug for all your hard work and your flight linking Brisbane with Auckland, and now we can continue to do some more flights around New Zealand and Australia and in between the two. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Remember, we're not too serious here. We're not professional pilots or flight simmers. We just fly for fun and enjoyment. Looking forward to your comments below. Let me know what plane you're flying at the moment. Are you enjoying the Max or the 700 or the 600? And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.